Alrighty guys, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new series here on the channel. Welcome to Into the Farlands, and well, we've spawned here in a little bit of an ocean biome. Yeah, a little bit of a frozen biome. So let's talk about what the Farlands are and what this series is going to be. I think that's a great way to introduce this. Now we are playing, if we press F3, does it show? It does up here if you look. We are playing in beta 1.7.3. And I'm actually going to go to normal because for some reason the beta Minecraft seems to really make my computer race, and I don't know why. Now, the Farlands are a piece of janky terrain that pretty much is generated several million blocks out. I forget what the exact amount is, but you can only get there by walking. Because there's no chat, so I can't access commands to teleport there. I can't run because we are in Minecraft beta. And is it punching sheep gives you wool? Or maybe I need some iron. I probably need some iron. But we're gonna walk to them Farlands, and we're gonna structure these episodes because walking in one direction can become incredibly boring, incredibly quick. And well, I don't want that. I don't want these episodes to be boring. But we've got the Minecraft music in the background. So let's talk about what I'm going to do in these episodes. You see, in these episodes, what we're going to do is we're going to have discussions about certain topics and things. And this first one, we're going to talk about the channel update and what's going to be going on with the channel. Because I love doing YouTube. I really enjoy doing YouTube. I have a lot of fun doing YouTube. And I've been spending the past couple of weeks really thinking about sort of where I want to go as a content creator. You see, I have this really bad habit of thinking I can do more in an allotted period of time than I actually can. That really does sound like he's on the surface. He is. I thought I heard a zombie. You drop a feather? Okay. So I have this bad habit of thinking that I can do a lot more in a space of time than I actually can do in a space of time. Oh yeah, these. And because of that, I end up not being able to get enough videos done. And then it gets to the point where I end up missing a day or two. And I just don't feel that involved in doing it. I'm like, okay, well, I'll go again Monday, and I'll wait till Monday, and I'll focus on some of the other things that I want to do, because you know, there are quite a lot of things that I do want to do with my life, you know. I want to write, I want to create a game. These zombies are coming from somewhere. We should probably make up some tools now. I'm thinking about this. And sort of in the end of it all, I end up getting nowhere with YouTube because I tend to focus on a lot of other things, and I need to change that mindset. I need to change that. There is a spawner down there, which is slightly problematic for me. Let's not worry too much with these zombies. They can't chase us here. I do want to get like a stone sword. Now I am using a new program to record with as well, so we'll see exactly how that works out. But I do want to get enough of this together for a sword and some tools. But yeah, let's get back to the channel and what's going to go on. So realistically, I would like to put out a day. I would like to put out about 3 to 4 videos, and I would like to spread them across 3 different channels. Now, one of the channels that I wanted to do is a more upbeat, more higher quality gaming channel, sort of let's plays of games that have just recently come out. But I'm going to do that when I get the 4K upgrade, and I don't know exactly when I'm getting that yet. So we'll worry about that channel a little later on. As for now, let's worry about this Minecraft channel, and let's worry about the Let's Play channel. The Let's Play channel is there because I really want to do Let's Plays. Because there's a lot of games that I want to play. I have an entire gaming collection to my right of games that I either bought because I wanted to play. I thought I heard someone in my kitchen then. Of games I either bought because I wanted to play them, or just games that just fell into my into my possession. Oh, hello. Oh. Wow. Oh, wow. You do, like, a lot of damage. Did you see the damage that did? I don't know if that's something over there. I did a lot of damage. Let's grab some coal and light it up in here. So, to kind of, like, do what I want to do. This is still how you make a torch? Yep. To do what I want to do, I'm going to need more time than I've actually currently got. Or I'm going to need to find a way to make my time a little bit more meaningful and make it mean stuff. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing a couple of different series. I'm going to start doing a series, some creative series, and just some series that are overall a little less intense when it comes to how I want to portray them. So, for example, this series is literally sit down and record. I can do this series, be it 20 minutes a day, maybe 30, and it's done. It's easy, it's quick, it's over and done with. I don't have to waste too long on it. Whereas with series like Minecraft Survival, that's a good, maybe the episodes are somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes, and then I have the planning of the episode, whether that be going into a creative testing world and coming up with the build design, whether that be resource grinding. And all in all, you know, if I do that for the modded series and the vanilla series in the same day, I'm approaching quite a sizable portion of time being spent doing very little in the way of videos. And sometimes I don't always have things done in time for a video, and so I end up missing a video because I just haven't had the time to do them. And where did I put my crafting table? And so what I want to do is I need to basically accept the reality that, okay, at this point in time, I'm not going to be able to do all of the things that I want to do on YouTube at the way that I want to do them. I'm not going to be able to put out a vanilla and a modded survival episode a day. That realistically, I'm not going to be able to do that. As much as I want to do that and as much as I'm inspired to do that, realistically, it isn't going to happen. And the reason it's not going to happen is because I just don't have the time. So I thought about maybe doing a creative series as well. And I thought about a couple of other series. This is obviously one of the series that I thought about. Thought about this one quite a lot. And then there's going to be a couple of creative series that come along. For example, in Minecraft Survival right now, what I want to do is, you would fall into that hole, wouldn't you? What I want to do is I want to build like a little market square. But I've never built a market kiosk before in my life, or a market stall. And I'm looking very interesting to see exactly how I managed to pull it off. And to do that, I've now got to go into a creative testing world. And I've got to play around and come up with it. And I think, what if I did a creative series where we just did builds? I apologise, that's my dog. I got a new dog. But what about if we did that? That'd be a good series, and that would take some of the grind. And using some of the grind as content, I think, would be a good idea. Do these not drop food? Like, I feel like they should. I know sheep don't drop food because when I started playing Minecraft, they didn't drop food. So I don't think they drop food. What about the chicken? If I could ever kill it. I'm beginning to think these don't drop food. I'm really beginning to think they don't drop food. Which is a little shocking. Is this still how you make a bed? Yes. Okay. So we can actually make ourselves a pickaxe here. Not a pickaxe, sorry, an axe. So we don't really need too much in the way of tools. I would like to get some stuff done, but you know, I don't think there's enchanting in this game at this point. I don't think we use a Even these take kind of a while to mine, even with basic tools, look. So, let's find the sun is setting, and the sun sets in the west, doesn't it? Rises in the east. That's right, yes. So we are going to walk north, I think. But first of all, I want to kill these cows and see if we get lucky by... Can I not put this bed down there? You can only sleep at night. Okay. Let's kill this cow. There we go. And let's sleep. Now, I do apologize. My dog is... I got a new dog, and she has suddenly decided that all the nice, lovely sticks that's on my back garden, all of the lovely chew toys out there that my other dog has, well, they look better in my dining room and, well, as of today, in my office. So, I've ended up with quite a few of the stuff that I put out on the garden back in the house. So, yeah. So what I'm kind of looking for is content that is what I like to call easy content. And by easy content, I mean content that I can sit down and just record without having to do too much else. And the idea being that I could do one survival episode a day, realistically, that is possible. Easy. But doing, I don't know, like 2, it gets a little bit more than I have time for. Oh, of course it'd be 1. But yeah, it's a little bit more than I have time for, and I want to keep the channel afloat because I've got to find that balance between uploads and, well, quality and quantity. I do want there to be a reasonable quality of videos on the channel. And I really enjoy playing vanilla Minecraft, but at the same time, modded Minecraft performs really well. Oi, Pongo, take it outside. Go on, take it outside. Yeah, that table leg. Take it outside. Pongo. Yeah. I suppose it's better than my chair leg. Oi, Pongo, take it outside. That out. Go on. No, don't just sit down and. Yes, that. Don't give me cutie eyes. Don't lick me. Now put the stick on the go. Don't lay down. Why are you laying down? Oh, now you're sitting up. Keita, take that stick outside for me. You're not a playful dog, are you, Keita? You don't play. My dogs, I tell you. I was never a dog person until Keita. Keita turned me into a dog person. Oh, hang on a minute. Pongo took it out, and now it's back again. She's nuzzling on it and chomping its bits right at my feet. It's vibrating my chair. Okay, let's start walking. Okay. Let's start walking north. Where's the sun? Where's the sun? Where's the sun? I feel like the sun is in that direction behind us. I feel like this is the way that we need to go. So hopefully we'll come across... Oh, pumpkins. Can we do anything with pumpkins? Where's the sun? I feel like it's like hidden. But yeah, as I was saying, back to the topic. So I'm looking for content that essentially I can create relatively easy without too much work involved, because I need to find that balance again between quality and quantity. And for me, that's doing a vanilla series and a modded series. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen is we are going to do a mod. Oh, 4 pieces of wool. I didn't realize that was a thing. We're going to do a modded and a vanilla series each day, but we're also going to rotate between survival and creative. Now, I'm not going to take any of the survival worlds and turn them into a creative worlds, because I think that would be kind of wrong. That would completely destroy the whole idea of what I'm doing. But what I do want to do is I thought that were chickens then. I do want to start creating some like farms, and I do want to create some builds. Maybe we do some quick builds where we give ourselves a time limit of, I don't know, 15 minutes, and we have to put together a house in that 15 minutes. And so I don't have time to overthink it. I don't have time to really worry too much about the roofs. I just have to do what comes to mind. And that'll be a fun little series. And again, that's content that I can do relatively easy, relatively quickly. Can you shear these? I always wanted to be able to shear these for feathers. I don't know if these drop chickens or not. But let's keep going. Where's sun's would be overhead. I checked the horizons for the sun, but I never checked either side of me for them. But anyway, let's get back on board to where we were going. And that being that I do need to find some easy content for the channel. And I also think this would be a great way to scratch the creative itch, because if there's one thing that I really don't like doing in survival, it's building something that I don't have a guide for. Now, I don't mean like a video guide, I don't mean that at all. But I mean like an idea or a concept in my head of how I want that video to go, how I want that build to go, what I want it to look like. And I got the idea of including a creative series from Exuma Void. I think it was Exuma Void, it may have been another hermit. But he was just saying about how much time that they spend in creative testing worlds that the viewers don't see. Well, you know, for a full-time YouTuber, they have that time. But for me, you know, being part-time YouTuber, you know, I already put in 4 or 5 hour days on YouTube. Actually, I put in longer because I usually work on YouTube from about 9 o'clock in the morning till roughly 3 o'clock. And then I do my work in the evenings. But at the same time, like I said, that time gets shared between a lot of the other hobbies. I'm a writer and I like to write. So I'm also, you know, writing during that time. And sometimes I don't always have the time to do everything that I want. This is nice. Seeing the old Minecraft. Ooh. I should be careful there that I don't take fall damage. Because we don't have hunger in here, we have hearts. And so to be able to keep up with what I want to keep up with, I'm going to have to be able to sort of split my time a little bit more. And the best way to do that, to keep regular content, I feel, is to add in a creative series that can literally be sit down, record for all intents and purposes. Now that doesn't mean that the survival series is going to go away or take back seat, because there will be a survival series each day, and there'll be a creative series each day, and maybe there'll even be days where there are 2 survival. I was going to upload them this week, but this week just kind of got away from me. But I do have 4 episodes, I think it's 4 episodes, of FTB Ultimate Reloaded already recorded. I had a couple of days the other day where I just really played that game and I really had a lot of fun with it. And so I'm going to get them uploaded to the channel next week. I was going to upload them over the weekend, but just time got away from me. And I've got time to do it actually. It's Saturday, so I might get them up or I might leave them. I don't know. I think it might be good just to leave them so I've got content for the beginning of next week, so I'm off to a good start. But yeah. So we're going to rotate between survival and creative, as well as modded and vanilla. So if there's a survival vanilla, then in all likelihood there will be a creative modded. And the creative modded series are going to be exploring mods that I haven't explored previously. So one of the mods that I'm playing around with at the minute is forestry. And in that mod pack, there is a mod called Tharmcraft that I have never even touched, and it may be fun to play around in creative with Tharmcraft, so at least I get an understanding so that I don't have to spend, I don't know, several hours chasing something that I don't know what I'm doing. How do I get out of the boat? Do I just break it? Okay, I just break it. So that'll be a fun creative series. There's also redstone. I've always wanted to learn redstone, and I've always been very interested in the videos that Mumbo makes about redstone, but I don't understand redstone. And the truth is that with all the stuff that I do, I don't have the time of day to actually go and learn redstone. And so I end up pretty much not learning redstone. But again, this would be a really good series to do. It'd be a lot of fun and I'd really enjoy it. Learning redstone. Come on, give me some. Oh, you were nice. You gave me 2. I wish we could eat at this speed in real Minecraft. Not real Minecraft. This is real Minecraft. In up-to-date Minecraft. So, I may do a video showing you how I got this, but I'm not 100% certain that I've done this correct, okay? I am going to go back and I am going to watch TFC's first series, because I got this idea from TFC, Tinfoil Chef of the Hermits, who I have a very strange relationship with. I don't know the guy personally, but I live sort of in the country, and the idea to me is when I get old and I'm grey, I'm going to grow out the long beard, and I'm not going to grow my hair out. I've already grown my hair out, but I want to retire to like a log cabin in the woods. It's always been kind of like where I wanted to go. I tell you, my dogs. I can hear them mumbling around in the other room. Someone's gonna get neutered if they don't quiet down. He's still a puppy, bless him. I already got the Pongo yesterday. A relative was giving him away. And he's got the weirdest of names. His name's Pongo, right? Which is fine, that's a Dalmatian name. But he's got a last name. And his last name is Snodgrass. Pongo Snodgrass. Why you would call a dog Snodgrass, I don't know, but I find it cute. And I've kept both their names of the names they had before I got them. I'm already teaching them stuff as it is. I don't want to start teaching them a new name, and they answer to their old name, so it works. And she's either a Labrador or a Golden Retriever. I'm not too sure, but she looks like the Andrex puppy. Except for she's much bigger. Keita, I don't want to hear you growling. Keita's a little bit jealous of Pongo at the moment. And I've got them both sniffing around my legs now. They're both, like, fighting for the place in the... Oi! Don't chew them wires. Those wires are very important to me. People hear me through them wires, and I hear them. Well, I don't hear them, really. You know, what is it with your nose, Pongo? Your nose is always just so wet. Yeah, Pongo. I have this, like, tarpaulin on my back garden, and it had all this water in it. So what did Pongo do yesterday? Decided to drag the tarpaulin so that the water went all over the pathway. This is dirty, grimy water that's built up over the winter, mind you. And then roll around in it. She's a white-haired golden Labrador Retriever. Rolling around, she was ditched. But she's like a puppy, really playful, and my other dog, Keita, she's not a puppy. She's more older and not as playful, and she tends to... The playing gets a little bit too much for her. But you know, I'm trying to teach Pongo that biting is bad. I mean, she's not like a snappy biter, or she doesn't bite viciously, but when you give her food, she tends to snap it off you. And she's a bit teethy when she's playing, but she's a puppy, so she's got to learn. Whereas Keita, I would happily let play with my daughter for hours on end, because I know that Keita, I can have a piece of meat in my hand and have it just a couple of millimeters out of my fingers, and she would lick it until she can get it free. She will not bite. I have never felt her teeth. The only time I felt her teeth is when we've been playing, and she's whipped her head round, and I've whipped my arm around and we've collided. But even when we're playing and she's like play biting, as dogs do, I've played with many dogs in my life, they nuzzle you. And they sort of nibble you. They don't do it to her, but they nibble. But Keita, she doesn't do that. She like refuses. It's right click to get out. So it's going to take some learning. And I've got to now clean wood fragments out of my office floor. If I wasn't recording, I'd have taken it and thrown it back outside, but... Oh, really? You're going to put this here, game. But yeah, so the Let's Play channel. Let's talk about the Let's Play channel. because I'm going to like guarantee one video a day over there. Because like I said, I started YouTube with the idea of doing a whole array of videos. I'm going to make a couple of boats. I see why TFC now actually has several boats. Let's make 3 boats. And don't worry, I am going to leave a bed behind at the end of each episode. But the idea being that TFC leaves one behind every night. But I think I want to wait until the episode is finished before I leave a bed behind, simply because what happens if I'm recording an episode and halfway through that episode my electric goes and I lose the footage? Or what if I record an episode and I get halfway through it and I'm talking about a subject, I don't know, EU legislation. They're doing something about, in 2022, there's going to be a speed limiter in a car that's going to limit your car. Maybe I talk about that and I decide, oh, you know what, that's not something I want to talk about on the channel. I'm going to go back an episode, you know. And I always make a backup of this world. I'm going to always make a backup of this world. And we can press F3 to sort of, I just want to check that I'm still going in the right direction. We can press F3 to see just how many blocks we've traveled, but TFC reserves that for a special occasion. And I think we're going to do the same. We're going to keep it for, I don't know, I usually do like a world tour every 25 episodes, but I can't really do a world tour of this world because we're not building anything, we're just walking. So maybe what I'll do is every 25 episodes we'll see just how far we've gotten out. And it'll be a fairly consistent pace, so maybe we'll just do episode 100 or, I don't know, we'll clearly come up with something. I feel like the sun is moving in the wrong direction. I feel like I'm heading in the wrong direction. I feel like I've been turned around somewhere. But we'll see, we'll see. So what I'm kind of looking at from this series is, like I said, it's some sort of like easy content. And this is literally, it's going to be half an hour. I sit down and I record, and it's half an hour to record. And then we're done. And that gives me much more free time to spend on the survival-based series, because sometimes I end up literally doing something in survival that's sit down record because I don't have the time to do a bunch of cuts that I want to do. Or I'll have ideas that I want to do and things that I want to tackle, but I won't tackle them because I'm just like, you know what, that's going to take me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to do, and unfortunately I don't have that time today to actually do that. So this way, hopefully, come on, I know you're beached a little bit, there we go. But with this like new idea, this new approach that I want to go to, I'm hoping that I'm going to find the time and the idea. And, you know, some of the issues that I face is I get called away. You know, I've made note of a friend who's going through a rough time. She often calls me just to have a little chat. It makes her feel better. And I get interrupted, and sometimes that disturbs my flow. Sometimes I end up having to take her a run around in the car, stuff like that. But in the sort of like long run, it's not a big deal, but sometimes it ends up that a day gets away from me, and then when a day gets away from me, I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I spend Monday and Tuesday making videos. Maybe it's time that I actually write the next chapter of my story. Or maybe it's like, oh, you know what? I want to learn how to program a game in Unreal Engine. That's something that I want to do. And my attention turns to another hobby because I've already done some of my YouTube hobby this week. And that's the way things go. So I'm trying to make it that okay, you know what, if that happens, if I am called away by a friend, if I do face that issue, that okay, you know what, it's the evening, like it is now. It's gone 5 o'clock. I'm getting ready for my tea. I don't have time this evening to sit down and record a survival episode because that's going to take me a lot longer. But I did have about half an hour that I could sit down and I could record this in. And we did that. We sat down. It's been nearly half an hour now. We've recorded it. The dogs have had a cameo. And yeah, I've got my point across, and I'm rather happy with how it turned out. This is also a really good series to do like vlogs on, just to talk about something. So these episodes are going to be discussion based. We are going to talk about things in these episodes. Like I said, this episode we've talked about the channel update. But maybe in the next episode I decide to talk about OCDs, because I have an abundance of OCDs. Maybe I decide to talk about enjoy yourself. Maybe I decide to talk about my gaming collection, and I want to talk about some of the games that I'm trying to get for it. Maybe I want to talk about what someone's doing in the news. Maybe I want to talk about something like I said, like the EU, the speed regulation that's coming in with the EU, and my thoughts on it. Maybe I want to talk about that. Maybe I want to talk about the PS5 rumors, or maybe I just want to do another channel update and I want to talk to you about the channel. Maybe I'm going away for a week on holiday and there's going to be no videos, and I want to talk about that. Maybe I want to tell you about the holiday. Maybe I'm getting new equipment and I want to share that with you. What I'm trying to say is, this is going to be that series where it is really more for the people who are at this channel, for me, and not for the content, because we all subscribe to like an array of YouTubers, but then we have like our favorite YouTubers, those that we will watch almost every video of, if not every video, and I like TFC, for example. I don't watch every one of his videos. I'm actually really strange about him. I watch his vlogs and I watch this series of his. It's Into the Farlands. His, I forgot what his Journey to the Farlands is what he's called it. I watch every video of that, and I also watch his Skyrim, and I've watched some of his Fallout Let's Play, some of it. But I don't watch much of his Minecraft content, which is strange because I discovered him through Hermitcraft. And so I am going to heed TFC's advice here, and I am going to put a shelter inside. But I think we're nearing the end of this video for now, and I may do a couple more of these just to get this series off to a strong start. But at the same time, I don't want this series to become something that we do a lot of. There's no reason this series needs to be more than 1 to 2 episodes a week. We only need 1 or 2 episodes of this series a week. And the reason for that is quite simple. It's, for lack of a better term, very boring unless we're talking about something. And I'm not going to always be able to babble on for 30 minutes about the same thing and keep it interesting. Usually the first half of it will be interesting, and actually I could probably have it all day. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. So, if you have enjoyed the video, please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate it. So please do leave that like. Does that still work for a screenshot? Yes, it does. And click subscribe if you want to see more from me. Guys, I'm Casey. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.